Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal Career Mode. This is episode number 35 and we are going to have 3 games in store for you today as a little bit of a treat. Part of the reason is because I said I'd do it every 5 episodes, and also next episode will be an international special, most likely, where we just show you the goals and stuff that happens from the 2 international friendlies that we do have, and it will be our first games with the Netherlands. But anyway, today we do start off with a game against Old Trafford against Manchester United, who actually aren't doing too well at the moment. They're in 10th, so I was hoping that we wouldn't lose our winning streak here, but there is every possibility of it. Arsenal have probably one of the worst records against either Manchester clubs in history. I think we've only won 8 out of 40 something games against either of them, so we were kind of unlikely to win due to history, but hopefully history would not rewrite itself and we could try and pick ourselves up a win here. We did start quite well actually. I was, started off alright. I was quite pleased with how I was playing in kind of the opening 20 minutes or so of this game, but I couldn't do much. And it was the same story for the entirety of this game, and it's not good because we do actually have a game against Barcelona coming up right after this one as well. I think it was about 3 days later. I think this was being played on a Sunday, and then we have a game either Wednesday or Thursday night against Barcelona, which isn't too good. So we had to kind of be careful with our players as well. I didn't want to get anyone injured due to that game against Barcelona, which, by the way, we have to pretty much get a 1-0 win or a 2-1 draw, something like that. We have to be a goal ahead pretty much, otherwise they will go through, which would be very disappointing. But nevertheless, the scum of the earth, Robin van Persie, does put Manchester United up 1-0. I could just tell that if they had Van Persie in the field, he would score, and you know what, he did. And to be honest, a very, very poor save from Joe Hart. I was expecting him to do a lot better in that situation. I was quite disappointed that he did actually allow that to get into the net. You can see here, Man United were all over me in the second half. I just really could not do a lot against it, and I don't know why. Usually, I think the last time we met at the Emirates against United, we actually beat them 4-0, so it definitely didn't look like we were going to get 4 goals in this game. And Walcott, how on earth do you miss that? And that's one of the reasons I'm considering getting rid of Theo Walcott, is his finishing is just so bad. And look at this from Chambers, just couldn't believe it. Daily Blind smashes it, and again, a very poor attempt at trying to get down to that Joe Hart. He just doesn't get down to it quick enough, and I hope he does start to improve, because look at that. I mean, honestly, should be able to just save that, really, but unfortunately he didn't. And we do get another chance here, but by then it was already too late to even think of getting the 3 points. Oxlade goes for a goal, coming on as a sub, and unfortunately Jones does manage to clear. And we do get our first loss of the season in the Premier League. I think that was 28 or 27 games unbeaten. So unfortunately we now are really not what I wanted. I did want to try and catch up with Chelsea, but unfortunately we are now trailing a little bit further behind, which does suck. But you can see here we do go into this game at the Nou Camp, or the Camp Nou, against Barcelona. They're playing the exact same team they played in the first leg with Messi, Suarez, Neymar. You know the rest of it. It's absolutely crazy, and I was really worried going into this game after the coming off the back of that 2-0 defeat at the hands of Manchester United at Old Trafford. So hopefully in this game we could try and improve. Pretty much the same team going out. We did play Dos Santos in Cam, and Ozil is going to be leaving the team at the end of the year. His stamina is so damn low. Like, even if I give him a week break, he'll come back, and by 50 minutes into the game, 60 minutes at max, he'll already be absolutely knackered. So I'm pretty sure we'll be selling Mesut Ozil. Unfortunately, I really like him, being an Arsenal fan myself, and it is a shame to be letting him go, but his stamina just is not good enough. You can see that they do score a goal with Rakitic, but thankfully it was actually called offside. But even then, I could just tell straight from the start that we were going to get absolutely dominated. There was a chance here for Alexis Sanchez to score against the former team. Can he do it? And what a save that is from Claudio Bravo, one of his former teammates. And Sanchez was having a really good game, hoping he could get a goal against his former team that he left almost 2 years ago now. But it wasn't to be, and you can see here our defending was absolutely ridiculous, and I was so annoyed because the one game that we need to defend well, when you've got the likes of Messi, Suarez and Neymar up front, we just didn't do it. And you can see here they get so close, and look at this. I mean, look at this passing, it's just exquisite. And then Neymar gets it, and look at that for a fucking shot. I'm not sure if Joe Hart couldn't see it because Koscielny was in the way, or whether or not that was a poor save, because if that was just completely his own fault, that is the third goal that Joe Hart's conceded in this episode that has been very, very bad. I mean, I think it was more Laurent Koscielny's fault that he got in the way of the Joe Hart's view. But nevertheless, we do go 1-0 down, which is really frustrating. You can see there 2-1 on aggregate. We do get the away goal, though. If we can get one, it will level it. But unfortunately, it just wasn't really happening. I believe if we do get the away goal, we do actually go through. But Khedira takes a shot here, and just I wish he never did, really. That was absolutely appalling. But again, 80 minutes in now, it was looking unlikely that we would get back into the game. And the last 10 minutes were probably one of the most frustrating last 10 minutes of FIFA I have ever had in my life, and you will see why, because the amount of chances we were getting and we just could not convert. And look at that, Koscielny for some reason in that position. If only that was Mario Mandzukic. And we do actually end the game. I literally was so angry when this finished, I almost smashed my controller. I just could not believe that we'd actually lost, and it was so infuriating, because that's the second loss of this episode. We are going to have a game against Hull in the FA Cup quarterfinals. Hopefully we can get a win this episode, because we haven't even scored yet either, which is really appalling. So into the game against Hull we do go over the KC Stadium, and just really hoping that we could pick up our form here and come off the back of them 2 defeats and manage to win. You can see there, the only real difficult opponents we're going to have are going to be Liverpool and Everton, possibly QPR. So if we can beat Hull today, there is a strong chance that we will be favourites to win the competition, because let's be honest, our team at the moment is better than Liverpool's and Everton. So I would imagine us to favourites for this competition right now, and it would be nice to get the FA Cup back. Obviously we haven't won it in 2 years since Arsenal last won it in real life, which was last year, but obviously we now are in the second season. You can see there the lineup much the same as the lineup for the last 2 games. Giovanni does start up front instead of Mario Mandzukic, and we got off to a really poor start here, and I actually got incredibly lucky. You'll see that they passed it across goal, it hit the post, and look at that from Joe Hart. Out of them 3 saves he fucked up on, I was so glad that he didn't fuck that up, because I don't know how he managed to save that, but he did, and it was absolutely fantastic. But you can see there we get another chance, and unfortunately Giovanni doesn't manage to get a foot on it, and it does not go into the back of the net, which is unfortunate. Another chance here, Dos Santos proving how much pace he's got. Been a really effective player for us, but his weak foot is just terrible. I think he's right-footed, or if he is left-footed, he cannot shoot for shit on his strong foot, which is frustrating. You can see there, that was actually given a free kick here. A really good chance for us to do a repeat of what happened, I think, in about episode 28 or 29, which was a lovely free kick from Sanchez. But unfortunately, it hit the wall. Otherwise, I think that would have gone in. It did look like it was going into the back of the net from the, the amount of power he put on it, and it felt nice as well when I took it. But unfortunately, we just couldn't get the goal, and we were almost into the second half at this point. I was really frustrated, because Hull are definitely a team that, with the quality of players that we have in this Arsenal team, we definitely should be expected to be able to beat them. We do go into half-time at 0-0, but into the second half, good bit of keeping there from Joe Hart to come and get that, because if he had let that go in, I would have actually killed him and probably dropped him from the team. But you can see here, Giovanni Dos Santos again, through on goal. Surely, a goal! How does he not score that? That's what I mean by his left foot. It is so bad. I don't actually know if he is left-footed, but how on earth do you miss that? That is a striker's opportunity. Every striker in the world should better bury that, but unfortunately he didn't, which is really frustrating. Walcott there with an injury. I was a little bit annoyed that it fell to Walcott instead of Alexis, but nevertheless, Walcott does get ourselves our first goal in 3 games and the first goal of this episode. And what an important goal that was, because we were already in the 73rd minute by this point, and I just wanted to get the game wrapped up, and I felt that this was going to be enough to seal the game off and hopefully allow us to proceed on into the semi-final. We do get another chance here with Oxlade-Chamberlain, still 1-0 in the 88th minute. Oxlade runs all the way up to the goalpost almost, but unfortunately does get tackled, and we do secure ourselves our first win of the episode and got ourselves our only goal of the episode as well. I do apologise for the very poor gameplay that I have given you guys in this episode. I just struggled so much to be able to try and beat Manchester United and Barcelona, and failed at both pretty bad. You can see here Walcott does actually get an injury, and it sets him back 3 weeks, which is unfortunate. But that is going to give Oxlade-Chamberlain a chance to prove himself in the first team, playing at left forward. I know it's not his preferred position, but neither is Walcott's, and Theo Walcott has had a great season for us. You can see here, I do show you we get some prize money for the Champions League, 4 million, and I just quickly sped through all of this, which was me just looking at the scouts and stuff. And yeah, that is going to actually be the end of the episode, guys. You can see in the next episode we'll have the 2 international games against Egypt, and when it goes back to it and I can see what it is, we also have New Zealand as well. And then in the game after that we'll have the game against Chelsea and a game against Swansea as well. So yeah, next couple of episodes are looking quite positive. We are nearing the end of the season now, which is fantastic. If you guys have enjoyed this video, if we can smash 5 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you guys in the next episode.